How's it, and welcome to Late Tackle. It's week 5 of Super Rugby. Perhaps not the greatest weekend for the South African teams. However, it has been a week of miracles. The Proteas have just got through a knockout round of the World Cup. Quinton's got some runs, and we won off a chase. And in other news of miracles from across the world, Pieter-Steph du Toit, after originally being ruled out of the World Cup, has now only been ruled out for 3 months. Apparently his father has offered to give him hamstring for his own hamstring to strengthen his son's knee. So Mr. du Toit Senior, thank you very much. The country thanks you.
Yeah, I think great news about Pieter-Steph possibly being back for the World Cup, but also it kind of shows how this Super Rugby season is a bit of Russian roulette for the South African players. Any of the top players can get struck down at any time, so it kind of brings that closer to home. I mean, I just think about, we all know what Heineke's like in the coaching booth going bossies. Imagine what he's like on the couch at home, watching these guys kind of thinking, who's going to get injured this week?
Can you imagine? I hope he's got a stress ball, otherwise I don't know how he's coping with that stress, which we know is perhaps a bit of a problem. But we've actually, this is great, we've got a compilation of Heineke's best ever freakouts, which you can click right now and it'll pop open in a different box. Yeah, look, I think it's important for the players to get preserved, but also for Heineke. What are we doing to relieve Heineke's stress levels? Meditation, breathing, yoga?
Well, we've seen something new this year that's come in, that the players have to be rested. The top players have to be rested, and that is some progress that they've made. Dwayne Vermeulen is not going to play against the Highlanders. He's played 5 games, and he's out against the Highlanders. So it's great in theory. It's not legally binding. The unions don't have to adhere to it. It's an understanding they have with Saru. And it's going to be interesting to see if they stick to it when later on in the season, chips are down and they need to win. They are really going to hold back their top players.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. But, I mean, if I'm correct, it's done very differently in New Zealand.
In New Zealand, they have a central contracting system where the top 150 players are contracted to the NZRU. In South Africa, all the players are contracted to the unions. But I think there is a move in South Africa towards a similar system, if not the same. We saw in the Currie Cup last year that the Springboks didn't play for the first time ever. So that was great. Now we've got this resting situation. And I think we might get to the situation where the top Springboks have a central contract, but that's not really going to stop good young players being poached by overseas clubs.
Look, I don't think we're ever going to get to the stage where we have 150 players, contracted like they have, in New Zealand. And what is very frustrating is people like Jake White are sitting there in Montpellier and they're just gunning for our young talent and they're stealing them because they got the bucks. And I have to say, it makes me Heineke level angry when Jake does that, But is there an answer? I mean, what do we?
I think it's simple economics, really. We there's no ways that Saru can afford to contract 150 players and have that compete with what the guys in Europe are offering. So I mean, the young players like Jacques du Plessis and Paul Willems are leaving, and that's sad. But there's not really much we can do about it.
Listen, if you have any feedback, if you have the answer, please share it with us because we would love to get around that. We also got some great feedback last week after the captaincy call, episode 4. A lot of you were actually suggesting Warren Whiteley as a captaincy option. Look, he's had 2 caps for the Springboks. I mean, I also don't know if he's better than the incumbent.
Yeah, I think Warren Whiteley is a great player and he's shown he's a good captain. I think he might be someone for the future. I think he'd probably do the job, but maybe not for this year for the World Cup.
Yeah, I agree. We also got a video sent in by a fan who just wanted to tell us how much he loves Late Tackle.
Hi, I'm Alistair Kutsia and I'm watching Late Tackle. I think it's insightful. I'm really impressed with the level of discussion.
Yeah, well, he clearly knows his rugby.
Yeah, like
he's talking about it.
He knows what he's talking about. All right, let's go to Thing of the Week.
Finish him! Fatality!
Well, right there we have Liam Gill, the Reds flank, on Nick White. I don't know if that's a suplex or I haven't seen a tombstone performed in rugby in many years. I mean, that's pretty
WWF style coming out there.
I mean, look, great technique. I don't know if it's the best for rugby. Not sure what he was thinking. And now he's he's got himself a 2-week
ban, and the Brumbies scored from that, so it didn't really work out.
I wouldn't advise the players out there to replicate that.
It's only you.
All right, this is the late tackle rumor mill. It's a new segment we want to try. Tell us if you hate it. Tell us if you love it. It's where we tell you some of the rumors that we're hearing, but obviously not necessarily substantiated.
Yeah, look, I think with the professional age, more and more you're getting kind of transfer rumors coming into rugby, and most of it should be taken with a pinch of salt because, you know, we don't really know until things have been announced by the clubs.
Give us the goods. I want to tell.
But apparently, Springbok scrum half Janne Vermaak is coming back to South Africa from Toulouse, and he's going to play for the Stormers, if the rumors are to be believed, because Nick Groom is going to be leaving for overseas.
That is very spicy.
That's word on the street right now.
Wow, okay. That is, wow, okay. All right, let's get into some predictions for the weekend ahead. Highlanders, Hurricanes?
Hurricanes, come on, they're playing well.
Yeah, okay. Rebels, Lions?
Lions!
Yes,
Back the
yes,
Lions.
together. Crusaders, Cheetahs?
Crusaders, sorry.
I'm going Cheetahs.
Whoa.
Bulls, Force?
Bulls. No,
Definitely, no question. Sharks, Chiefs?
Sharks. Come on, the Chiefs are going to lose one here.
Okay, for once, I'm with the Sharks there. Tars, Brumbies?
Brumbies.
Oh, a lot of thought into that. I'm going to go Tars. All right, I'm Anselm Taylor.
Michael de Vries.
This is Late Tackle.